never give in. You're gonna win, gonna rise again, no matter what.
Thank you, Army. Thank you for always standing by Jungkook and supporting him through every journey. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe so you won't miss any breaking news, emotional stories, and breathtaking moments from Jungkook, the man who never fails to set the world ablaze.
BTS is back, feel the attack.
That night, the world seemed to pause for a moment when a short video appeared on every screen. Jungkook, wrapped in a black Calvin Klein outfit, exuding an aura no one could ignore. It was only a few seconds long, yet powerful enough to make the entire internet erupt. White light reflected off the glass walls as his movements spoke a language of strength, confidence, and subtle desire. Was it just an advertisement, or was Jungkook sending a deeper message about freedom, about self-expression, about becoming unapologetically himself? In the clip, Jungkook moved with breathtaking control. His black shirt, slightly unbuttoned, revealed flashes of his toned body, not too much, but just enough to ignite curiosity. Every step, every turn, seemed deliberate. It wasn't just a dance, it was a silent confession. Who taught Jungkook to move like that? Fans questioned across social media. Others replied, no one. That's just Jungkook, confident, free, and fearless. Within minutes of its release, #Jungkokie x Calvin Klein became the top global trend. The internet exploded. Fans, non-fans, critics, and media outlets couldn't stop talking about the bold elegance of the campaign. Some called it the most powerful Calvin Klein video in history. But there was something more, something emotional behind the boldness. Jungkook's eyes weren't just confident, they carried weight. They spoke of his journey, from being a quiet, humble artist to becoming an international icon. His dance was not just movement, it was liberation. Could it be that this performance symbolized Jungkook's way of reclaiming himself? Or was it a coded declaration, a sign that he's no longer just an idol, but a force of his own making? Then came the red-lit scene. Behind glass walls, Jungkook stood in a dimly glowing room, city lights flickering outside while the inside was drenched in crimson. Every step, every tilt of his body felt both dangerous and divine. Some fans speculated that the red color wasn't just a creative choice, it was symbolic. Red, passion, power, danger. It represented Jungkook's new era, fearless, raw, and honest. Why did Calvin Klein choose such an intense concept? And why did Jungkook seem so effortlessly powerful in it? The answer may lie in who he truly is. Jungkook isn't just a singer or dancer. He's a storyteller through motion. His body speaks where words fail. And in this campaign, his message was louder than ever. A well-known fashion critic from a global magazine wrote, "What Jungkook did here wasn't merely advertising. It was performance art, a moment where self-expression, control, and sensuality merged into a single frame." It's no exaggeration to say this campaign marked a turning point. Jungkook wasn't just wearing Calvin Klein, he embodied it. He redefined modern masculinity, strong yet tender, confident yet graceful. But fans noticed something deeper, a subtle shift in his expression near the end of the video. No smile, no words. Meanwhile, Harper's Bazaar called him the embodiment of a modern icon, fearless, fluid, and emotionally honest. But even as praises flooded in, questions began to swirl. Why did the campaign feel so personal? Why did Jungkook's performance feel less like a commercial and more like a confession? Some armies pointed out the use of mirrors and shadows throughout the video, reflecting two sides of Jungkook, the public figure and the private soul. When he danced against the glass wall, it felt like he was facing himself, breaking through his reflection to reach something beyond fame, beyond expectation. Could the choreography be symbolic of his inner battle between who he was and who he is now? Several fan theories soon spread online. One theory claimed that Jungkook's steps represented freedom, his slow, deliberate movements at the start symbolizing restraint, followed by faster, bolder gestures that represented release. Another theory focused on his final stare into the camera, a piercing look that seemed to say, "Watch me now, I'm not hiding anymore." Fans analyzed every frame, every breath, even the flicker of the red lights, connecting them to his past songs like Seven, Standing Next to You, and Yes or No. They believed this wasn't just a random shoot. It was a continuation of Jungkook's artistic narrative. Could it be that this Calvin Klein project is secretly linked to his next musical chapter? Was this dance his silent teaser, a prelude to something the world hasn't heard yet? But beyond theories, there was emotion. In thousands of comments, fans confessed how the video made them feel. Proud, emotional, inspired. Jungkook isn't just selling clothes, one fan wrote. He's telling us to love ourselves through every version we become. And perhaps that's the real message behind his Calvin Klein dance. It's not about showing skin. It's about showing strength. It's about owning your body, your emotions, your truth, and daring the world to see you, unapologetically. Even Calvin Klein's creative director reportedly said in an interview, "We didn't need to tell Jungkook what to do. He understood the camera, and himself, better than anyone." Those words sum it up perfectly. Jungkook doesn't perform for attention. He performs from authenticity. Now, weeks after the release, the world is still talking. Fashion houses, photographers, even Hollywood producers have expressed admiration for his raw confidence and cinematic presence. In the blink of an eye, Jungkook turned a brand campaign into an artistic moment that blurred the line between commercial and emotion. And yet, behind all the noise, one question remains unanswered. What is Jungkook preparing next? Because if this was just the beginning, then the world should brace itself. Because when Jungkook dances, whether in a Calvin Klein campaign or on stage, he doesn't just move his body, he moves the entire world. Behind the perfect frames and cinematic lights, rumors began to swirl about what really happened on set. According to several insiders, the Calvin Klein shoot wasn't just another campaign. It was a moment of transformation. One staff member described it as electric, silent, and spiritual all at once. When Jungkook stepped in front of the camera, the source revealed, the entire room fell silent. No one dared to speak. He didn't need direction. He simply moved, like he already knew what the camera wanted. They said there was something magnetic about him, as if he wasn't performing for anyone, but rather expressing something deeply personal. His eyes, his posture, the way his breath sensed with the lighting. Every detail felt intentional. What was going through Jungkook's mind during that moment? Was he thinking about his journey from a teenage trainee in business to the global face of one of the most powerful fashion brands in history? One scene in particular caught the attention of fans and staff alike. The mirrored room. The entire space was covered in reflective panels, creating infinite versions of Jungkook within a single frame. Some said the mirrors symbolized fame, how the world sees countless reflections of him, but only a few know the truth beneath them. Others believed it represented Jungkook's duality, the artist and the human being, the superstar everyone knows, and the quiet soul who still seeks peace. When he placed his hand on the glass, it wasn't just choreography. It felt like he was reaching out to the version of himself on the other side. One fan beautifully commented, "It's like he was trying to connect with the person he used to be, the boy who once dreamed of standing where he is now." Could that be the hidden story of the dance? A man meeting his own reflection after years of chasing perfection. The use of red lighting also sparked heavy discussion. Why red? In filmmaking, red often symbolizes passion, temptation, courage, but also pain and transformation. Under those lights, Jungkook looked untouchable yet vulnerable, powerful yet human. Some armies believe the red glow represented the pressure and heat of fame, the kind that burns but also purifies. Others saw it as rebirth. Jungkook walking through the fire of expectation and emerging stronger, freer, and bolder. One theory even connected the red room to the theme of his previous performances, especially Standing Next to You and Too Sad to Dance. Both songs speak about passion and truth, two elements clearly alive in his Calvin Klein choreography. Was Jungkook crafting his own artistic universe, one that connects fashion, music, and identity into a single emotional story? As the camera stopped rolling, witnesses said Jungkook stayed still for a moment. He looked at the monitors, smiled faintly, then bowed to every crew member one by one, humble, quiet, yet deeply present. The director reportedly whispered, "That's it. We've captured magic."